Hi. Counting down the top 20 questions received about medical writing in 2019. Question 1 is, why did you choose medical writing? This is a question which is directed toward me, and the question is why I chose medical writing. There are 3 reasons why I chose this field as a career. The first is because I wanted to play to my strengths. When I was studying science, I just realized that communicating science is something which I'm strong at and something which I'm very passionate about. So I decided to follow that route. So when I found myself at a crossroads where I had to select either leaning more towards research versus leaning more towards communication of that research, I chose the latter. I decided to communicate science as opposed to lean closer to a career in research and development. So that's the first reason why I chose the medical writing field. And also, as soon as I found out about medical writing, I just felt this instantaneous click. There was something about the way the medical writing field was described and the essential job functions of a medical writer which clicked with me quite strongly, and I wanted to follow that impulse. That's the first reason why I chose to follow this field. The second is because I am inspired by the concept of disruptive innovation. When you look at the biomedical science industry, it's really something which exists in bubbles. You have a bubble of people who are involved heavily in preclinical research. You have another bubble of people who are involved in translational research. And then you have a bubble of individuals who are more on phase 2 and phase 3 clinical trials. And you have this other bubble of individuals who are communicating clinical trials to care providers and so on. So you have people who exist in all these different bubbles, and medical writing is something which allows you to pop that bubble and let knowledge go from one bubble to another, and to let people get a sense of what's going on within a different sector within the industry. And popping the bubble is just another way of saying disruptive innovation. So that's the other thing which really inspired me about this field. Going back to some of the early learnings within writing that I had, I once had an instructor who told me that the purpose of writing is either to introduce new ideas or to change existing ideas. And this is absolutely true with medical writing as well. In my role as a medical writer, I'm either introducing new ideas or changing existing ideas with the power of writing. And that is, again, something which I find deeply inspiring about this field. And that's the second reason why I chose medical writing. The third reason is because I'm very inspired also by the concept of inclusion. Inclusion essentially means to welcome everyone, to include everyone. The thing about scientific jargon is that it's extremely exclusionary. The moment we use scientific jargon and the moment we use complicated explanations, we unintentionally exclude people who don't quite understand the hard science, and we include people who do understand it. One of the important aspects of a good scientific communication is to break down complex ideas and concepts and to explain it in a way without diluting the science. We use writing to explain concepts without diluting the science. And that, again, is a beautiful example of inclusion and making sure everyone feels welcome, because everyone deserves to know how science impacts their lives. So these are some reasons why I chose the medical writing field, and I'm certain that these could be some of the reasons why you're choosing the medical writing field as well. So think about that, and all the best.